Welcome back, guys, to our playthrough of Pokemon Soul Silver. In the last episode of the playthrough, we got Groudon, the Soul Silver exclusive, the legendary Pokemon of Hoenn Myth. If you're playing HeartGold, you would run into Kyogre in your version, respectively. Now, once you have whichever one is available to your native version, you do sort of open up a quest line for potential to run into Rayquaza, and that's what we're going to focus on in this episode. So after you capture Groudon, let's say if you're playing Soul Silver, you can fly to Pallet Town, you can go see Professor Oak, and he'll talk to you about how, oh, you have one of the legendary Pokemon of Myth or whatever. And then he's like, but I do always think that Groudon and Kyogre are a set or a pair, so the other one must not be far off, if you know. And then he basically just says, like, if you get both, bring him in your party and go see him, and then he'll talk to you about stuff. So in order to get both Groudon and Kyogre, you're kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place, as it were. So Groudon, while exclusive to Soul Silver, there's no legitimate way to get Kyogre in Soul Silver without trading it over from HeartGold. Now, this is the important thing. So there are a bunch of cheat codes out there that allow you to modify like the wild Pokemon so you can catch whatever Pokemon you want, right? The problem is, though, is that Professor Oak is specifically in that he states that you need to have caught, or the Kyogre and Groudon need to have been caught in the embedded tower. But the problem is you cannot engage with Kyogre in Soul Silver in the embedded tower, so you don't have a choice but to trade it over. So, yeah, you have to trade. That's the crux of it. Now, there is still a workaround for cheats, though, so if you're interested, take a look at the description box. I got some links in there that'll be for both HeartGold and Soul Silver versions, even though we're playing Soul Silver here. If you want to know how to get a legitimate HeartGold version of Kyogre and a legitimate Soul Silver version of Groudon from the embedded tower, the links in the description box for those cheats should cover that, so you can get what you need. But in this case, I do have the Groudon in my party that I captured, and then I also have a Kyogre that was traded, wink, to me from a player by the name of Jin. And as you can see, they both say that they're embedded tower like Pokemon, right? Met at level 50, apparently met at level 50, strong-willed, whatever. Embedded tower, okay? So I have both. Now, when you go talk to Professor Oak, you can do so immediately after you have one of the two, and he'll talk to you about making sure that you get both of these so he can, you know, continue on where he will talk to you about Rayquaza. If you happen to have both before you talk to him, he'll have unique dialogue tailored to that. So for me, because I have both Groudon and Kyogre on my team, both from their respective embedded tower embedded tower locations, then he's just going to talk to me about, wow, you've got both, okay, cool, type of thing. So let's go ahead and talk to him and see what's up. Hello, Mark. The study of Pokemon never ends. It is such pure joy to work toward perfection. By the way, those Pokemon, they were at the embedded tower? They are Kyogre and Groudon, the Pokemon from the Hoenn Myth. I never dreamed you would catch such Pokemon. You have proven yourself worthy. Congratulations. I would like to entrust this to you, Mark. The Jade Orb. Now, you get different colored orbs for each one. Like, there's a, what is it, like the blue orb for Kyogre, and I think it's a red orb for Groudon, I think. Anyway. Mark put the Jade Orb in the key item's pocket. Okay. It resembles the orb you received from Mr. Pokemon, doesn't it? It is called the Jade Orb. It has something to do with Rayquaza. Legend has it that the battle between Groudon and Kyogre shaped the lands and seas of Hoenn. Volcanic eruptions and giant waves are said to have completely changed the shape of the land there. But then Rayquaza came down to halt the battle. It is a Pokemon that rules the skies. If the embedded tower is related to Kyogre and Groudon, then going there with that Jade Orb will suddenly make something happen. So, how's your Pokedex coming along? I don't care about that. Okay, so again, just as a sort of a review, you have to have both Kyogre and Groudon from the embedded tower. They have to be legit, wink, or like the game has to think that they are legit, you know what I mean? So you're just gonna have to find a way around that. The links in the description box should guide you. I'm not here to tell you about the codes. I'm not here to like walk you through all the code stuff or whatever. Take a look at the links in the description box and you should get everything that you need to know from that, and then you can get the legendary Pokemon not native to your version. And this is great too if you're playing on an emulator. It's super easy to trigger this and to use those codes. If you're playing on an actual DS device, then you will need to work with an actual physical action replay, which, as I've mentioned before, those things can be found on eBay and Amazon. They're pretty cheap, so it shouldn't be too hard. Someone made fun of me in the comments, actually, because I talk about action replay stuff quite a bit. But the thing is, like, the thing you have to remember about this is that action replays, like, they unlock a lot of the events and stuff that are no longer available. So you kind of don't really have a choice, you know what I mean? Like, Rayquaza will go right here. Okay, let's grab my Raikou. And my Suicune. Like, Action Replay has saved my butt so many times. Like, the physical one on the DS, emulation ones have just been super helpful. Because, like, there's experiences in these games that I really want to, like, I guess experience. Like, events and stuff in these games that I really want to experience on my own, and I can't because some of those, like, systems are not available anymore, or, like, no one is available to trade. Like, come on. Are you really think you're going to find someone at HeartGold or SoulSilver on the opposite that's going to be able to trade with you to get a Groudon? No, you're not. You're just not. Like, it's just so unlikely. Now, I suppose there's still the possibility that you could find, like, some sort of online community or whatever that might help you out and make that work, but it's just... chances are you're not gonna have a good time with that, but you might. But I don't know, there's so much work trying to track that down. I really wish someday Nintendo would just, like, take these games and not remaster them, but just re-release them on the Switch. I would buy every single Pokemon game ever made if they re-released it on the Nintendo Switch and then opened it up for online trading. I absolutely would. And, like, battling and stuff, absolutely. I'd buy every single one. But we're stuck playing this retro tech on, you know, systems that are not really supported anymore. So it kind of sucks. But anyway, cool. So my team is healed up and we're ready to go. We are going to go engage with Rayquaza now. Now, Rayquaza can be found at the exact same location as your Kyogre or your Groudon. And I got made fun of a lot because this is probably the first game where I've talked about those two Pokemon, Groudon and Rayquaza. And I've said it right. Or sorry, Groudon and Kyogre, and said it right, because I never watched the anime or spoke to another person who said the names differently. And I say that because I've been incorrectly pronouncing those Pokemon for years. I always call them Groudon and Kyogre. Which, I mean, like, I don't know, like, Kyogre. I don't know which one's right, actually. I'm not sure. I know Groudon is right. Oh, damn it. Okay, we gotta look it up. How do you say... All right. How to pronounce Kyogre. Is it Kyogre or Kyogre? Let's see what it says.
Kyogre.
Kyogre. Okay, so it is Kyogre. Gotcha. Kyogre. And then Groudon. How do you say that one? I don't think... Oh, here we go.
Groudon.
Groudon. Okay, gotcha. Kyogre and Groudon. All right. It was just really important for me to get that right because I got, like, hazed for it in one earlier game or one, like, short or something that I did at one point, and it really hurt my feelings because I was just like, I didn't know what it was, how to say it. But, like, that's the funny thing is people will, like, jump down your throat if you pronounce things incorrectly. But I'm like, dude, I haven't been around people saying it out loud. I didn't watch the anime movies where they were, like, you know, where they were pronounced or whatever. I don't know. Get off my case. But, you know, that's whatever. Now, I don't believe you have to have Groudon or Kyogre on your team in order to engage with the Rayquaza here. I'm like 90% sure you don't have to do that. But you're still going to have to have both of them on your party to meet Professor Oak to engage in the whole, like, process for this. Okay, and I believe... Let's go ahead and go to the bag. I'm going to pop a Max Repel. Oh, it's already in effect. Okay, cool. It shouldn't be for very long, because I've been taking a lot of steps. Yeah, one thing that I did test, though, with, like, the Kyogre thing, is I wanted to see, like, what would happen if you, like, engaged it in the wild. And I thought it was kind of cool, because when you use, like, the wild Pokemon modifier cheat to engage with Kyogre in the wild, like, the animation for your wild encounter is a legendary encounter. So the game... Oh, shit. I forgot I have to go back and I have to get a Pokemon that knows Rock Climb. Damn it. Alright, you're gonna go in the box, Skarmory. Totally forgot about this. Yeah, there you go. Don't forget that. Alright, I guess we'll just go back to Cyanwood. I've got a Kangaskhan that I used to get Groudon over here. But yeah, it was an actual legitimate legendary encounter. You know how when we were doing in the playthrough earlier, the roamer encounters, and they had, like, a unique animation to let you know that it was different from a standard wild encounter, the wild or any wild legendary modifier cheat gives you that unique animation, which I thought was interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and move Pokemon. I'm gonna go ahead and do this here. Party Pokemon. Let's go ahead and move you over. my Kangaskhan should be in box 1. Okay, let's see now. Now we should be good. Totally forgot about that. Okay, so now all you need to make sure that you need to know regarding HMs here is you have to have Surf and you have to have Rock Climb, and then you should be able to engage your Pokemon here. And you should know that already, because if you're going after Rayquaza, then you should have already captured Groudon and or Kyogre, respectively, in some manner, shape, or form. But yeah, I was fascinated to find that the links, like, for the cheat codes, like, allowed you to alter your Pokemon to be a unique version. That was really weird. I never would have thought that. It's kind of funny, like, there's a lot of players out there that dig through the game files and understand how the binary works and how the numerical values works for cheat codes, and they just, like, alter everything. It's strange. I wish I knew how to do that, because I thought that was really cool. All right, there we go. Now we have what we need. Kangaskhan's on the team. And you're not. There we go. Rock Climb. Yeah, the action replays system has, like, saved my butt so many times, so I could, like, do unique encounters and things like that, which I think are a lot of fun. Oh, crap. Yep, I didn't even control that. Oh, there's Rayquaza. Oh god, I didn't even get a chance to save it. Oh, thank god. Okay, so you can save it here. So Rayquaza is, like, in your face. So you want to save it for sure right here. I thought I wasn't going to be able to. I thought it was going to jump right into the encounter. Alright, now, before we fight him... Alright, so now that we're ready to fight... this is what Bulbapedia says about the encounter. As Rayquaza is related to the other two ancient Pokemon, its ability also involves the weather. However, Airlock, its ability, eliminates the effect of all weather conditions. Its outrage attack is powerful enough already, but can become even more destructive if ancient power is able to raise its stats. Begin with rock and dragon type attacks to wear it down quickly. Ice type attacks are extremely effective as well. After that, switch to Grass, Fire, Water, Bug, and Fighting moves to weaken it further. Ultra Balls, Dust Balls, and Heavy Balls are especially useful. If you fail to catch it, defeat the Pokemon League once more to cause it to reappear. And I guess you can actually, there's a unique line of dialogue with Professor Oak after you catch it and bring the Rayquaza to him, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna fight him. I don't really have, like, a whole lot of strategy here. We're just gonna do it and then go from there and see what happens. I have no idea whether or not this can be shiny. But Rayquaza is, like, the most elite legendary in the game, I think. Alright, he's at level 50. Well, the good news is I can actually paralyze him from the get-go, from the jump. I'm gonna try and see what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do Thunderbolt first. I'm sort of testing the waters to see what damage output we can do for him. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, he knows Rest. Damn it, just like Groudon did. What does he know exactly? Rest, Air Slash, Ancient Power, and Outrage. Okay, so this is going to be a pain. Now, what I don't know is if we paralyze him, Rest doesn't heal status moves, right? It just gives health back, so he's going to be paralyzed for sure. Let's find out. We got Thunder Wave for this. Let's see how this goes. We're going to have to wait until he wakes up, because I feel like... I don't know if you can use Thunder Wave while he's asleep, if it works, but now that he's awake, let's see how much damage this does to me. We're 30 levels above. Is that a lot? Okay, it's not terrible. Okay. There we go. Can you paralyze and sleep at the same time? Let me take a look here. Thunder Wave, not working, sleep. I just want to know. Pokemon can only be inflicted with one status at a time. Things like Confuse Ray and Attract stackable with other statuses, though. It's impossible to inflict more than one status condition on any Pokemon, and Sleep is better than Paralysis for catching Pokemon. Interesting. Okay. I don't know. I would have sworn that that wasn't exactly true, but maybe... I mean, I've been wrong 100,000 times before, so... Okay. So now, I don't know if he can... So, here's my question. Can he rest now that he's paralyzed, or is that not going to work? Because if they can't have more than one status, he can never rest again. Which, yes, that sucks because he can't be asleep, but that means he also can't get his health back either. I don't know. I'm very curious as to how this will work out in my favor, if it does at all. Now, I think Thunderbolt twice. Okay. So he used rest. I want to know right now, does that get rid of... I guess maybe it does. Okay, let's just try it. We're just going to hit him with other moves and see what happens. I feel like this will do way less than Thunderbolt. Yeah. Interesting. So let's see. When he wakes up, is it going to show that he doesn't have paralysis anymore? But yeah, sleep is supposed to be better. I wonder what the chances of catching a paralysis Pokemon are versus a sleep. Like, what's the higher chance? I'm gonna hit him with I'm gonna hit him with Surf again, and he's gonna go to sleep right after. Nice. I should have thought about this before and grabbed my Gengar to heal him up, or to sleep him down with a Hypnosis. Alright, let's see. So we have... Heavy Balls. Okay, I expected as much. How much damage is that going to do? Can Rayquaza learn Fly? Oh boy. Yeah, if he can, probably swap out Skarmory for him. Uh-oh. Hears himself with confusion. He might be knocked out. Hopefully he can rest it off. Oh, we got him! Snap, that was lucky as hell. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Phew. I thought we were gonna have to reset. That had me. Dragon Flying. It flies in the ozone layer way up high in the sky. Until recently, no one had ever seen it. Yeah, Rayquaza is one of my favorite Pokemon for sure. For sure. Cool. Alright, let's go grab the Rayquaza and talk to Professor Oak. Now, I just kind of want to set up what's going to happen for the remainder of this playthrough. This is about the end-ish. There is a thing or two that I still want to do, but I'm not 100% sure if I can do it yet. There's still a handful of other legendaries that are available in these games, and I don't know if I'm able to get them or not. So it depends. I'm not sure if this will be the last episode in the playthrough, but it may very well could be. Because I don't know if I can actually do the stuff that I want to do. So we'll see. That's the tough part. Is like, I don't know. Right now, at the time of this recording, I don't know if there's going to be another episode. This is the longest playthrough, I think, on my channel. Well, this playthrough has the most episodes, but it's not the longest playthrough of all time on my channel. But this was a brilliant experience. A lot of fun replaying this game. Had a great time. Yeah, I wonder, Rayquaza should know Fly, right? It flies high above the ozone layer. It should be able to let me ride him like a plane, I think. Not sexually, I mean like ride him like so we can fly. Rayquaza. I wonder if there was ever a shiny Rayquaza mystery gift situation. To take a look and give that a try. Bill's PC. Deposit. Okay, so let's go ahead and move you over. You are a box 1 Pokemon. Rayquaza is also in box 1, so we'll grab him. He has a hideous sprite though. He's an ugly looking sprite. Not the battle sprite, but like the overworld sprite looked cool, but like your in-party sprite looked disgusting. Just looks really dopey. Let's heal up. Okay. Alright, so we got Rayquaza now. I had to make him the right size because he looked too small if I left him to be any smaller like that. Let's go ahead and grab the HM for Fly. I'm going to teach him that. Where are you? Okay, Fly. Okay. Yeah, if I made him any smaller, he would look like that Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond or whatever, like walk around sprite, which is just like laughably, like it's just like a little snake. It just looks so bad. All right, moves does he have? I think I'm gonna get rid of Ancient Power because I hate that move. I don't really care about that. All right, cool. Yeah, Rayquaza is dope. All right, so now let's go ahead and fly over and see Professor Oak and see what he has to say about this. And then I'll have to decide whether or not this will be like the last thing that we do in the playthrough. There's a handful of Pokemon that, legendary Pokemon that are still available. Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina are here through a special event, according to Cerebi, but I'm not sure if this is right. If you bring over the special Arceus given away for the 12th movie, you'll unlock Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina. This is done by going to the Sinnoh Ruins. Hidden somewhere in Johto with Arceus on your team, you will encounter Cynthia, who will tell you that the Arceus has the ability of creating certain Pokemon. Yeah, so there's a whole thing there, but I've never heard of that before until I looked at Cerebi to see what other like legendaries are available, and those are the remaining 3. I don't think you can get all of them. Weirdly though, they all show up at level 1. I don't know. The whole thing is very strange to me. I'll have to look into it a little bit later. But yeah, take a look and see what that's about. In any case, regardless of what we do, in order to get that Arceus, we'd have to use a cheat tube because I don't know what this is about. This might actually be a Japanese only thing, maybe. I don't know if it's a US thing. We'll have to take a look and see. So, I don't know. If we do one more episode, it'll be a bonus one. You have successfully caught Rayquaza. The strong power of the Jade Orb must have attracted Rayquaza there. Pokemon are sometimes greatly attracted by certain orbs and stones. No one knows why. Perhaps memories from ancient times when this planet was born. And Pokemon also are making Pokemon behave that way. Okay, whatever. So, how's your Pokedex coming along? Okay, whatever. All right. I expect that to be a little bit more dramatic, but I guess not. Regardless, though, like I said, I'm not certain if this is the last episode of the playthrough, but let's treat it as such. If there is one more episode, then there's one more episode. If not, then this will be that. In any case, though, this has been a really brilliant playthrough so far. I've had a great time with this. Your comments were fantastic. Your support with views and likes have been equally as amazing. And I love that, obviously, because as someone who makes YouTube videos, it's nice to see people engaging with the videos that I make. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully you found some of the things that we did fun, entertaining, silly, goofy, helpful, useful in some manner, shape, or form. I'm not a huge strategist, so obviously throughout the playthrough I kind of just did my own thing, but Bulbapedia was there as sort of a backup to help us kind of talk about any potential strategies you may have. If there were any areas that stumped you or any things you didn't know, hopefully you learned something. I learned quite a bit about this particular generation of games, not only from your comments, but the things that I read, the things that I discovered on my own, and that was a lot of fun. SoulSilver stands as one of my favorite Pokemon games ever made, for sure. It's not without its flaws, as Gen 2 does have some issues that carried over into this Gen 4 remake, but this is still a truly brilliant experience, and my favorite Pokemon of all time, for it, my shiny little buddy here, I really enjoyed having him on the team, as I did with a handful of other shinies you see there through our mystery gift discovery. That video is also on the playthrough. I have a handful of videos in our Pokemon tips and tricks playlist on the channel that I encourage you to take a look at. I show you how to get all sorts of different Pokemon, whether through events, whether through the mystery gift system that is no longer active, but you can still find a way to work around that, so you can get a whole bunch of shinies for Gen 4 and Gen 5 there. I show you how to evolve Pokemon without trading, like Pokemon like Scyther into Scizor or Haunter into Gengar respectively, so you can take a look at that. And at the time of this making too, Delta is still fresh on the iOS App Store, so if you are looking at how to import your own save files and ROMs into that, I made videos for that too, so you can take a look at those. But there's just so much, I think, on the Marcanine channel that can help you on your Pokemon journey, and I do a lot of playthroughs that aren't Pokemon either, so if you want to continue to support the channel, please take a look at some of those videos and those playlists and those games that we've beaten. That would mean the world to me, but if you're watching this, that's good enough. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this playthrough of Pokemon Soul Silver. As I said, I don't know if I'm going to do one more episode. I'm going to do some research and see if I can. If not, then consider this the ultimate, if not penultimate episode of our playthrough. And that's our finale. It's kind of bittersweet. I really wish there was more to this game because I loved playing it. I don't want to say goodbye right now, but there's not really much for me to do left except for maybe collecting all the Pokemon in the Pokedex, and I've never really been a huge fan of that, so I usually just go for the Pokemon I love best. But regardless, thank you again for all your support. If you enjoyed this video, you can show your love by hitting the like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Any feedback for me, leave in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to take a look at the description box. There's some links that might be of interest to you, one of which is a link to the Marcanine Community Discord server. If you want to be part of that group, you can chat with me directly. There's also links down there that you can see on how to get Groudon and Kyogre in your game if they're not available in your local game. So for example, if you couldn't get Kyogre in SoulSilver, I have a link there that shows you how you can do that. If you're playing in HeartGold and you got Kyogre, there's a link there for Groudon as well, so you can take a look at those in order to get the Rayquaza encounter, and then you can catch that as is. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for everything. I hope to see you around the channel again, and catch you later. Take care, guys.